It's your life, and the choices that you will make in this life are also yours, right? No one in this life should have the audacity to tell you that what you should do and what you should not do, how you can pursue something and how you cannot pursue something. The life is your, choice is also yours, and for that you have to make a good great choice, whether you want to be a slave of people, of culture, of standard, of popularity, of fame, or of your ego, or you want to be a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are two options, you have to choose one. There is no other way around. And the moment you choose to be a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you get the right freedom, you get the freedom of speech, you get the freedom of choice, you get every freedom that you can ever imagine. But when you start being a slave of fashion, let's say instead, you are so much into the crowd, you want to be like other people, you want to wear what other people tell you to wear, what society tell you to wear, you will wear that. You will not look at your choice, you will not look at what makes you happy, what you like, you just do what society tells you to do. Same as ego, same as living standards. That society tells you to do, you have to do that. You forget about your own thinking, you forget about your own critical analysis, you forget about everything. You are just fully enslaved with what society tells you to do. Human beings are being manufactured, have been maneuvered in such a way that we are slaves. But we have to decide which kind of a slavery we want. We want the slavery of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that tells us that you have to live whatever you want. You can go on the right way, do the right things, do the deeds, and you will enter in Jannah by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it's your choice, you can go on the wrong way, do wrong things, do clubbing, do pubbing, a lot of bad things, and you will get punishment and you will get entered into Jahannam one day. The choice is yours. It's an open path. There are no restrictions, there is no judgment that Allah tells you in this world. There is no judgment that Allah is telling you from the heaven that you are doing wrong, go on the right path. No, it's not like that. He is telling you, he is giving you a full freedom of whatever you want to do, you can do. Whatever the path you want to choose, you can choose. There is no judgment at all. But on the other hand, when you start being a slave of the society, you are judged at every single moment in your life. Your breathing is also being judged. How you dress, how you look, how you walk, how you say, everything from head to toe has been judged if you are a slave of society standards. Because no matter you do as the society tells you to do, or you do whatever you like to do, you will get always being judged, because you have that approach that I want to be in the crowd, I want to do things that people tells me to do, so I can fit it into the list of those good people, into the list of those kind people that never say bad thing, that never utter any bad word. It's your choice because it's your life. And if you shackle that one chain, that you stop being a slave of the society and you start being the slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have the power, you have the backbone, you have everything that you want in your life, because Allah is at your back. And when the biggest power of this universe is at your back, society doesn't matter, people doesn't matter, environment doesn't matter, what they say doesn't matter, how they look doesn't matter, how they treat you doesn't matter. Why? Because you know that you are doing right thing for what? For a bigger reward, that is Jannah. That is much, much more beautiful than this world, than these people, than their devices, than they judging you. It's a bigger reward. And you imagine that reward in your mind, that Allah giving you Jannah, Allah entering you and telling you that you are a person who will go to Jannah. That will help you to calm down, that will help you to just ignore any judgment that come to your way. And that's the real freedom that every one of us right now is wanting. Every one of us nowadays has been chained with the slavery of a lot of things. So it's better to tear those shackles up and be a slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala instead. Because Allah has never put any sort of chains on you, no matter what. Allah has make sure that you have a free will of whatever you want to do, because it's a test, and in a test a student has a free will of whatever he wants to write in it. He can write a song, he can write good answers, he can write bad answers, or he can write nothing on the paper as well. It's his personal choice. And Allah has given you that choice of doing whatever you want in your life. So it's better to be a slave of Allah rather than to be a slave of people instead, because they will tell you what you have to write in the paper. They will tell you what kind of a wrong answer you have to write, what kind of a right answer you have to write, or whether or not you have to make sure that your paper is empty or not. They will tell you, and you have to do it according to it. And if you will not do it, you will get judged. And if you do it, you will also get judged. Like, there is no other way around. They will judge you no matter what.